Steven Hill, Justmypicks.com, and I'm bringing you a special NCAA opening weekend video. We have a lot of exciting games that's going to be coming on from about Thursday to about Saturday with college football starting up this week. It's jam-packed. The first game I want to get into quickly when we're starting this NCAA football video, Michigan versus the University of Alabama. It's going to go down in Dallas in Cowboy Stadium. The Michigan Wolverines won 11 games last year, topping off with that Sugar Bowl victory, and they're taking on, of course, Nick Saban and those guys from Alabama. Those guys won a national championship last year. They only lost one game last year. That was to LSU. They came back and beat them in the national championship, of course. Brady Hoke and the Michigan Wolverines, they have a lot of pride. Denard Robinson, he has to prove himself as a passer. He really has to do a lot of things in this game, but he doesn't have to do too much. When I say that, because he doesn't have to make every throw. He doesn't have to make every play. He doesn't have to make every single highlight reel play like he tried to do 2 and 3 years ago. Coming through to this game and really looking forward, Alabama lost a lot of defense in the draft. They lost a lot of talent from that football team. Overall, you lost Barron in the safety, Mark Barron, the safety, to Tampa Bay. You lost Hightower to the Patriots. You just lost a lot of good talent off that defense. I want to see, can the Alabama Crimson Tide continue their dominance? Let's face it, the SEC is the superior conference in college football. The last 6 years, the national champion has been from the SEC. Alabama 2 times, so Nick Saban is ready for this game, and Nick Saban comes out and make points. When you give Nick Saban time to dissect a team, offense, defense, and special teams, especially when it's the first game, they're going to come out fired up, and Alabama fans travel better than any fans that I've seen in person to a football game. I know Notre Dame and a couple of people travel well, but Alabama, they bring it like it's their backyard, and they will be there in Dallas and grows. I'm picking Alabama to win this first game. It's not going to be a close game. I think Denard Robinson, they're going to have to make him make those throws and make every single play for Michigan. It's just not going to be enough. Alabama, every year after year, they retool, restock with talent, and it's just going to be too much for Denard Robinson and those boys at Michigan. I think that they'll have a pretty good season, but in this first game, Nick Saban doesn't lose first games that often, and pretty much I'm not a betting man against Nick Saban at any cost. Next up, we have the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl game. The kickoff game. You have Auburn versus Clemson in an early opener. Auburn coming off a fairly disappointing season, but that's to be expected. They lost Cam Newton last year, but looking forward, I'm really liking this Clemson team. Clemson, they really have returning 9 starters on offense and about 7 on defense. Those boys are bad. They have speed. They have a nice quarterback, but I'm picking Clemson to win this one and upset the SEC team. Of course, the game is going to take place in Atlanta, Georgia, in the Georgia Dome. But one thing I see, Clemson, their speed. Their speed is like a SEC team speed. Auburn, I like their team, but they don't have the tools. They don't have the talent like they did a couple of years ago to make another run for the NCAA title. I don't even pick them to make a real big bowl game this year. I just think that it's one of those rebuilding years for Auburn. They lost a lot of talent as well. And our third game, Boise State goes to East Lansing to take on Michigan State. Michigan State is a powerful team. They're a powerful running team, and what's going to be the deciding factor there is, can Michigan State break the will of Boise State? Boise State going away from home and traveling there. I want to see, can Big Blue travel, and can they go out there, and can they also demand that they get the run game together. The run game for Boise State, it won't be the same because they lost Martin in the draft, but I want to see what that new quarterback can do. They lost Kellen Moore in the draft, and so it's 2 different styles. You have a finesse style with Boise State. You have a finesse style with Michigan State. This was going to be a lot closer than a lot of people were expecting, but I am picking Boise State to go ahead and upset Michigan State in the Big Ten in that opener in East Lansing. This has been a Just My Picks NCAA opening weekend video. Check us out for more NCAA and NFL coverage. We have you coming all year long. Thank you. Check us out at justmypicks.com. You can also check us out on Twitter at justmypicks. You can also check me out on YouTube /JustMyPicks, as you see in the link. Also, hit the subscribe button. Leave me comments. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see, what kind of content you want to see. We'll shout you out in a couple of our videos. Thank you very much.